To get going with the day's event. On behalf of HC Andersen Capital, I would like to welcome you to our introduction to the share event together with Rivertech. My name is Philip Coombs, and today I have the pleasure of welcoming Luke Chantal, CEO, and Daniela Poulis, CFO, to the HC Andersen Capital platform. The topic of today's event will be an introduction to Rivertech, which is a B2B software, technology, and platform services company with a primary focus in the iGaming industry. The event will begin with a presentation from Luke and Daniela, and then move on to a Q&A. So please feel free to ask questions in the chat throughout, and we'll do our best to answer them at the end. That's everything from me. So now I'd like to pass over to Luke and Daniela to continue from here.
Thank you, Philip. Hi, welcome to our company's presentation. My name's Luke. I'm going to start off with a bit of an introduction to Rivertech, who Rivertech is. We're a group of talented individuals striving to use the latest technology to deliver our solutions. Our current core focus is within the iGaming industry, specifically casino. Whilst actively working on other verticals like fintech, we are looking to also introduce a payments aggregator within the coming months. Also an affiliation platform to manage a large volume of websites for our affiliation partners and for them to manage them from a single point of view. So a bit of history of Rivertech. Rivertech started off as River iGaming. Basically, it was a company that operated multiple B2C brands, mainly in mainland Europe, the Nordics, and the UK. These B2C brands became part of River's portfolio through M&As, and basically we were relying on third-party technology to deliver these B2C casino websites. We identified a bit of a gap in the market and in our offering, so we decided to start building and take ownership of the technology where our B2C brands were running. That started the transition. Sorry, that started the company River Technologies Limited within the group, and we, through one of our M&As, one of our acquisitions, we acquired a platform, an iGaming platform, which was the foundation of the technology which we have today. In late 2019, we went live with our first B2B partner, which is Tech for Us, who have resold our technology. And within the first successful few months, we saw the benefit of focusing on the B2B and the tech. With reducing numbers on the B2C side and the unfortunate events that came about to the industry sometimes, we decided to shut down our B2C brands, shut down the B2C business, and focus purely on the B2B platform and the technology. And that was the transition and the change from River iGaming to Rivertech, the Rivertech PLC, the company you have in front of you today. The company has an extensive experienced board of directors with history in finance, banking, and the legal industries. They have been with the group since the start and have always provided us with the support that we needed. We also have a strong executive management team led by myself and Daniela, Sean, Joseph, Paolo, and Rachel, handling the different aspects of the business. A bit of background of myself: I joined the company in 2019 with the early days as the CTO back then. When our former CEO resigned in the first quarter of this year, I took over as the CEO in April 2022. A bit of highlights of the company. With the change in focus came a change in corporate identity. So, like I said, River iGaming became Rivertech. We are now operating in three locations, mainly our headquarters here in Malta. We have a small office in Gozo, which is a sister island of Malta, and also we have offices in Poland, looking for the best talent in the region in order to grow our numbers. The company has grown in the past couple of years. We are now at 73 employees, like I said, spread around 3 locations. Our business model and our solution, we're basically a one-stop shop solution for our gaming casino operators. with additional value that we give to our clients on support and servicing and consultation. Our partners, Tech4S Group, have used our solution and our services for the past couple of years, and has proven to be a successful relationship, and it keeps growing. Our revenue model is split into two main areas, basically. Our licensing model, which is the reseller agreement we have with Tech4S for them to resell our platform. This has an annual recurring revenue, which has grown 179% over the past year, plus the servicing and support contracts that we have with Tech4S. Basically, these contracts are there to support the ongoing operations, plus future projects that we have lined up with our partners. Our solution, our iGaming solution is basically, like I said, an iGaming platform. We deliver everything from the back office to the front end solution for our clients. We start off with two main templates, which give us a quick time to market. Obviously, any client, new clients can choose to have bespoke and custom work with revised timelines to market. Our main USP, besides our product, is our servicing and our life cycle. We emphasize a lot on quality and the relationship we have with the client. So that gives us the return, the clients coming back for more, and with a 0% churn rate. A bit of history on the investment case of Rivetech. So back in 2019, when we did close off the B2C business and shut down our B2C brands, the stock was at 5 NOK with an 80 million market cap. Obviously, with focusing on the B2B strategy, we stabilized our costs, we increased our revenue, and we've had 6 consecutive quarters of growth. We also increased our staff numbers by 55%, and today our stock price is at a stable 60 NOK with a market cap of 1.2 billion NOK. I will now hand you over to Daniela to discuss a bit more the financials of the company.
Okay, so I'll take you through these financials. On this slide, we're looking at the company's revenue, which, as you can see, we split into 2 streams. We have our licensing revenue and the service and support revenue. The licensing revenue is our main source of income, and this is the income that we get from our clients for the platform that we provide. This has been steady over the past quarters, as you can see, and in Q1 of this year, we changed the contract. We amended the contract to increase revenue further, and we now have revenue of around 2 million per quarter. On the other hand, we have the service and support revenue, and this relates to the work which our tech team carry out on projects that are requested from our clients. And this has been increasing gradually over time, over the quarters, as you can see. We started off with around 200K in Q1 of last year, and now we've gone up to 1.3 million in the quarter Q1 of this year. The next slide shows our Proforma Financials, again, quarter on quarter. So here you can see the revenue, as I explained in the previous slide. This has been gradually increasing over the quarters. At the same time, we have managed to stabilize our costs. So other than those costs which are variable and obviously have increased, given the increase in operations that we've been having, we've managed to stabilize most of our other costs, and the increase in revenue partnered with these stabilized costs have allowed us to increase significantly, as you can see, our EBITDA and the bottom line. We've gone from 690,000 in Q1 of last year, and we're now at 1.9 million profit in Q1 of this year. As you can see, as well in the chart. So here's just a brief summary of our financial strategy. We are actively working on repaying our loan. We had taken out a loan, if you look back at our published financial statements, of 15 million. By the end of 21, in our latest financial statement, you can see that some of that loan was paid off, and it then stood at 10 million. In Q1 of this year, we repaid a further 2 million. So to date, this loan now stands at 8 million, which needs to be paid back in July. Now, we have been in discussions with a bank as well as a broker, and we're nearing final stages for refinancing. As soon as we have an agreement in place, we will publish this to the market. In turn, we are open to new investments, which will enable us to grow in our company, and to be able to continue with the new projects that we have in the pipeline. The increased growth and projects that we'll be working on should be able to generate more profits and result in us becoming a dividend distributing company, therefore adding value to our shareholders.
Thank you, Daniela. So to recap, we are still actively working on improving our iGaming offering. We are actively working on introducing a sportsbook offering to our gaming solution with advanced talks with 2 potential partners. We also have something to announce to the market in the next year from the fintech perspective. Like I said before, we are working on a payments aggregator project in order to facilitate payment methods for our solution. With regards to the affiliation project, this is something that is already ongoing, and we will be able to release our first iteration of this product within 6 to 8 months within the year. With that, I conclude our presentation and move on to the Q&A part of the schedule. Thank you.
That's great. Thank you, Luke and Daniela, for a very nice introduction to the company. We have received some questions throughout the presentation. So moving on to the Q&A, I'll pose some of those to you now. So we'll start with the first question, which relates to the reseller agreement with Tech4S. Someone has asked, is everything sold through this partner?
So our current solution, yes, is sold through this partner. The payment aggregator project that we're working on will be used by this partner, and we'll also be looking for further clients to be utilizing this product. As for the iGaming product, yes, it can be resold through other partners or direct clients. Actively, at the moment, we are reselling everything through Tech4S.
That's great. Thank you for that. We also have a question which asks, what are the dynamics and trends you see within the iGaming space over the coming years?
Obviously, the increased regulations in different territories makes it, let's say, challenging to achieve the technical requirements per different regulator. Obviously, we are all for responsible gambling and regulated endeavors. So we strive to be compliant with the regulations that come out. So we actively look at new regions, new regulations, and figure out the best way to implement those technical features and requirements in our solution.
That's great. The next question we have is relating to the growth rate. So we've obviously seen a strong growth rate over the last 5 quarters, and someone's asked if you have expectations of how your growth rate will continue to develop in the future.
With regards to the current contracts we do have signed and which have been announced to the market, we see this rate continuing for the next 12 to 18 months for sure. We will obviously build a sales force in the near future to resell our product with more vigor in a way, so we can attract more clients. So yes, we do envisage the growth continue, be it a bit more stabilized, but yes, growth is the ambition.
Very nice. And that links into a question around what the average contract size is, and maybe can go into a little more on the relationship between the licensing and how that can lead to future service/support revenues. But do you have an idea of what the average contract size is, and if you see this growing or staying the same moving forward?
I mean, the client, our main client is always growing as well. In fact, that is why we, in Q2, our revenue increased. We do expect to have these increased revenues, and that's just from the platform side, which is more of the fixed. When it comes to projects, I mean, they do have quite a long list of projects that they want us to work on, which is why we're saying that we have projects and we have commitments for the next coming quarters, you know. So we should get growth as well from all these additional projects, and they always want tweaks and upgrades. So all of those, as a result from the platform, bring in more growth.
Great, thank you for that. The next question we have is in relation to the longer term strategy and the mention of expanding into the fintech space that came at the end of the presentation. So the question asks whether you're working with any fintech companies at the moment.
Not directly. We do have a project that we are working on internally, which is the payments aggregator. So basically, with this solution, we'll be able to facilitate the integration for clients, our current clients and future clients, to payment solutions that they might need in the markets they're operating in. So with that, obviously, we'll be able to approach and attract other potential clients.
That's great. The next question is in a similar theme and asks whether you're currently only active in the online casinos.
Yes, our technology is pertaining to online casinos. As I said in one of my final slides, we are obviously always looking to improve our online casino offering, and that is why we are working on introducing a sportsbook offering to that online casino technology. We are not building the technology in-house, but we are looking to partner up with a sportsbook provider in order to bring that content to our clients and future clients.
Very nice. The final question we have here is somebody is asking whether you have financial guidance for the remainder of 2022.
Financial guidance in what sense?
Financial guidance. Do you have expectations for growth of a certain size, or are we understanding that Rivertech is expected to continue growth along the lines of we have planned projects for the next 12 to 18 months, so we can expect similar progression but without there being a particular number on the expectations for growth?
Exactly. We do expect a steady growth in the foreseeable future, and we have this expectation given the commitments that we have with the client for the upcoming projects that are planned to be happening.
Of course, any new projects that will come on the table or any new clients will be announced to the market through the normal channels in order to advise, obviously, investors and any potential investors.
That's excellent. Thank you for that. We've come to the end of our questions and to the end of our presentation. So I'd like to thank all the listeners for joining us and thank Luke and Daniela for giving the presentation today. And hopefully we'll see the listeners again soon.
Thank you very much. Have a good afternoon.